just put eye drops in, so, not good. Anyway, getting ready to get out of here. Gonna go home, clean the house, get ready for the sleepover, and then the girls are all coming over between like 6 and 6:30. And then, you know, make s'mores, do some fun things like that, and hopefully they go to bed at a decent hour because we're gonna do a beach cleanup tomorrow, and then that's it. I have nothing really to report. It's very sad. Nothing very exciting to report here. Over COVID, and I have a new iPhone. Now, if you remember correctly, I had an iPhone 15 Pro Max, and I have now upgraded to an iPhone 16 Pro Max. And I know a lot of people are saying, well, why would you do that? Like, there's no point in doing that. It's not enough of a difference. It's not, you know, there's not enough of an upgrade. Why would you choose to upgrade to a new iPhone? And I think it's a personal decision. So for me, the cost per month wasn't going to be much different. I did upgrade my storage. I do all of my editing either on my iPhone or my tablet, but mostly on my iPhone. So storage is a necessity, and also the larger screen. So both of these phones, this one is going to go back to Apple, but both of these phones have on a Casetify case. These two particular cases were purchased by me. They were not promotional in any way, shape, or form. I don't know if that makes a difference, but it might to somebody. And you can see, if I put them side by side, there is a bit of a difference there. This one, the 16 Pro Max, is a little larger. When I pulled it out of the box, I noticed it was heavier. I was like, oh, you got a little trunky. And so now I don't notice it as much, but holding them, I do sort of notice it. Casetify cases, these are the ones that they consider to be the lightest of all cases, but I would say that they are fairly heavy for a case, right? If you compare it to like an Apple case, these two are still fairly heavy. Cases that I've purchased for this phone so far, purchased, not been gifted, but actually purchased, was a random clear case on Amazon where I plan to put my Sunny Angel, an Apple silicone case, and then this case. Oh, and a loopy case that hasn't arrived yet. Those are the ones that I have purchased for my phone. And then some companies have reached out, and I will be gifted some cases as well, and we'll get into that just a little bit later, but they haven't arrived yet. So I got this in the white, This pattern I chose from Casetify because it's very busy. It's very pretty. But if you notice right here, there is a seahorse. So when I looked up seahorse on Casetify, this is the one that popped up. I had almost gotten this exact case for this phone and I didn't. So now I have it. And I put it on this purple background for no other reason than the fact that it's going to be hard to lose this in a bag. Like, this is definitely going to stand out. I'm going to have to get some more subtle cases, obviously. But a few things that I've noticed. The camera buttons are more recessed. And I am shooting on a DJI Osmo Pocket 3 right now. But for the most part, like even yesterday when I picked up the phone, I don't pick up a camera when I'm out. I like this. I will take the camera with me if I'm going on vacation. I'm going to take the camera with me if I am sitting down and doing like a talking head. But when I'm out and about, I don't traditionally have the camera with me. I do have the phone. So I'm not a professional vlogger. I don't make money off of YouTube. To date, I have gotten free iPhone cases, which something that people didn't tell me. I was telling my students this. You do have to pay taxes on every single like gift that you're given or promotional thing that you're given. There's that, and I didn't realize that. So I've gotten iPhone cases for my new phone, some app subscriptions, which we will talk about in the future, coffee mug, and some clothing. Those are the things that my 500 subscribers have, 509, I believe, 509 subscribers have gotten me so far. So fun, interesting, right? But I would not consider myself a professional vlogger, nor would I consider myself a professional tech reviewer, even though if you go and look me up, you will find articles that I've written for tech magazines. They're very specific on specific apps. And it's definitely geared more towards ed tech because that's what I do as opposed to hardware. So keep that in mind as I'm reviewing and talking. For those of you that don't know, I also am the yearbook advisor. So oftentimes my phone is the best still life camera that I have. We have 2 Canons, 1 Nikon, and a Sony ZV-1. Those are the things that I give out to the kids, or I will check out to the kids, and not necessarily the ones that I carry with me. I also personally have a Sony ZV-1. Never reach for it. Never. Matter of fact, it is sitting in my desk drawer at school right now because, again, I feel like this is something that I can use at school, but I would not carry it with me. It's just too big and bulky to carry with me, which is ironic because this is also pretty big and bulky, I will say. But I'm happy. I would not go down to a smaller sized phone for a number of reasons. Number one, my eyesight is not what it used to be. I cannot see. I can't see. And I have cheater readers with me all the time, and I have my prescription glasses. I think you'll see, like when I unboxed this, I was wearing my glasses because I can't see. And so bigger screen, more real estate, I can make things larger and then I can see. I read a lot on my phone, whether that's good or bad. You can make your own decision about that. That's completely up to you. But I do read a lot on my phone. So primarily, and I use the Kindle app or Everland. Kindle, Everland, and Libby are my 3 top reading apps. So you want that real estate space for books. This one's now even looking a little smaller. It's crazy. They're going to be huge. Do I want one of the folding ones? No, not particularly because they're thick and I don't like the lines in between. Maybe in the future, but for right now, there's nothing in the folding world that appeals to me. Everything transferred over fairly well. I have T-Mobile. My SIM went over seamlessly. The last 2 times since we've moved to an eSIM, I've not had any problems. Previous to the eSIM, I had all kinds of problems. So I am happy for the eSIM in that regard. One thing I would suggest, do not say that you're transferring, don't tell the phone that you're transferring from a phone to a phone, or you want to transfer your stuff over. Once you transfer your SIM over, stop the process and then restore from iCloud. It is a heck of a lot simpler. My phones sat together for 3 hours yesterday and they still didn't sync up until I stopped the process, started over, and redid it from iCloud. Pretty much everything ported over seamlessly, more so than it has in the past, such as passwords and logins. My garage door opener isn't working at the moment. I officially have to sign back into my bank account. Apple Cash, this one just told me I got like $2 yesterday or something into my Apple Cash. It hasn't shown up here yet. So that'll be an interesting, like, why is it here and not here? I'm not entirely sure. But other than that, I would say everything. Kindle went over and opened Instagram, Facebook, now that I'm kind of back on Facebook, X, YouTube, mail. I'm trying to think of everything. I should do it like what's on my iPhone because I have some crazy stuff here. My calorie counter. So this is just sort of what my home screen looks like right now. Notability, I have a widget there. I didn't change anything. My pool pass, my to-do list, my Bible app. I haven't logged into my school email account yet. I remember last time that was a little bit tricky. Yeah, so it's giving me some sign in crazy vibes right there. It's not quite signed in. I don't know that I really want to read my school mail right now, so maybe I'll just hold off until I actually get to school. Right? Like, do I really need that? I don't. I have the shutter button over here, and yes, it's hooked up to do the camera and the whole deal. Don't know. It first just turns on the phone, and then it opens the camera, which is good. I guess if your phone was already open, like if I was here already and I didn't want to touch the camera at the bottom, it just opens it. I might try to set it to do video. I don't know if it can do that. I'm assuming it can. I'm assuming it can do a lot of things that I haven't really looked into yet. But I'm overall happy with the whole thing. And I would have been kicking myself had I not done it because... Oh, I put the screensaver on yesterday and I think there's like some footage of that. I still have the 2 bubbles. One bubble made its way out. I just haven't played around with it. I haven't tried as much. My AirPods are, I'm like pushing them out as we speak. My AirPods are hooked up and everything. My AirPods Max, I haven't tried because I really don't use them unless I'm editing or really watching something on YouTube. I have to reevaluate, every time I get a new phone, I reevaluate my subscriptions, like what I'm willing to pay for, what I'm not willing to pay for. So I have to go through and do all of that. I have to take everything off of this one. I was just keeping it open for like the final, if I needed a PIN number, I don't know, if I just in case, right? And then I get the conversion kit, or the send back kit, not the conversion kit, the send back kit, and it will get sent back. And then my final test obviously is going to be to try to get the footage off of the DJI onto here and see if that works as seamlessly as it did over here. Battery life, I mean, it was 100% this morning. I charged it, but it downloaded all of its apps overnight, and it's at 96 now. I'm trying to think of what I did with it. I haven't done much. It's 10:45, and what have I done so far today? I swam and I listened to my audiobook for about 40 minutes. I answered some emails. I have been logging into things and making sure everything is working before I officially shut the other one down. Haven't done a whole lot, so I can't comment on battery life yet. But my goal for this week is to just primarily vlog with this phone and then come back and then give you an assessment as to whether I really would upgrade or not, or if I'm still happy with that decision. I can't foresee myself not being happy with the decision because I loved this phone a lot, so why wouldn't I love this phone a lot? It's a relatively chill week. We have soccer practice, soccer game. I finally get my hair done. Hair's disaster. It's terrible. And I'm going on a field trip for one of my academies. I'm taking the junior class to a farm, and we have to leave school at 7 in the morning. And I live about an hour away from school, give or take. So no swimming that morning. And I think we should do a what I pack in a field trip bag for sure. I don't even know what the weather's going to be like, but it's a fairly chill week. Like when we look at everything that's happened in the past, like this is a pretty chill week. COVID wise, I'm better, obviously, but I have some weird stuff going on. Like my appetite is not my stomach appetite, whatever you want to call it. So when I had COVID, obviously we door dashed pretty much everything because my daughter was better before we were better. And there was a weekend in there we were really sick, like Saturday and even Sunday when I filmed sitting outside kind of my garage, that I was still not 100% there. And then I was still testing positive Monday. I was still testing positive Monday, and I had the runny nose. And then Tuesday I was no fever. Tuesday I was pretty much okay. Tuesday I was okay. The doctor said to stay out one more day, but Tuesday I was okay. So, so we door dashed a lot of food, and I had the weirdest eating schedule. Like I would eat at like 8 o'clock at night, and then even then I wasn't really hungry. I don't know, but I was eating like high calorie foods. Like I had Five Guys, I had Chipotle. I was bribing myself to eat. You know how you do that? Like where you just like nothing sounds good and you don't want to eat, but you know you have to eat. So you're like, fine, I'll just give myself like a cheat meal, like a really good meal, and then that'll be it. Well, I never quite recovered from that. So now I'm not hungry ever. Or I'll get hungry, but the thought of food disgusts me. And I can't eat a big meal. So yesterday I went to Panda, and I got, first of all, Panda was like out of everything, which was really weird. So I got chow mein and orange chicken, and I couldn't finish it. I got egg rolls, didn't even touch them. And I got a cane sugar Coca-Cola, which was probably really good, but I could not finish it. And I was like, well, it's probably just because I had an egg McMuffin for breakfast with the girls. I took the girls to McDonald's and I had an egg McMuffin. I was like, oh, well, that's probably why. But then I thought about it and I was like, well, no, because on Friday, all I ate was Starbucks. That was it. And then now this morning, it's almost 11. And before I started filming, I had a Kind bar. It was on the counter, and I was like, I should eat this because I just got done exercising and I should put something back in my body. But I got to the end and I felt so disgusting. I was like, I don't really want to finish this. So I don't know what's up with that. I checked, I'm not losing weight or anything. It's not a health hazard. It's just a weird stomach, something's up. I'm sure it'll come back. I'm sure I'll be normal again. Because normally I eat breakfast, lunch, and dinner like a normal person. No, I usually have like a protein bar for breakfast, lunch, sandwich, or honestly, it's bad, but another protein bar, I'm sorry. And then dinner, I'll have like a dinner, like normal dinner, like meat and potatoes and stuff, right? But yeah, I'm just all off. So I don't know. Did anyone else have that COVID experience, or is that just uniquely me? Like the thought of eating lunch at 12 noon is no, not gonna happen. And then later we got my dad to deal with, and he's got to go to the store because he didn't go to the store last week. He made it through. He made it. He survived. He made it through. And then we've got kittens tonight. So next up, we're going to see how well the DJI transfers to here. My editing software, I do use CapCut to edit my vlogs. We shall see. We shall see. But that was pretty much, the whole week was like recover from COVID, get back to work, just try to get myself back in that mindset, deal with all the PTA stuff that I still have to do, and then my daughter had the sleepover. So that, I feel like that was everything. It's everything. And now I felt better to just get back into the swing of things. It's my goal.